cranes, and 10 rubber tyred granites, critical to the beginning of the operations of the Lekki Deep Sea Port, the first commercial vessel berthed at the port on Sunday. This came ahead of President Muhammadu Buhari's inauguration of the $1.5 billion Lekki Deep Sea Port. The Nigerian Port Authority says arrival of the vessel, owned and operated by a French shipping firm, represents a major step towards birthing Nigeria's first deep sea port. Wow, Mayor.
I am deeply happy of what is happening there. It shows that when there is a vision, there's nothing you cannot achieve. That's why you have to, whether we like it or not, we have to commend the leadership and vision of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and those who have ruled Lagos after him, Fashola, Ambode, and the present governor. Because what they've done there is to show a roadmap of how we can be great. Our ports are the ports that Oyibo people have given us from time immemorial. And then they cannot even, there's no even space for them to expand. So it's not technologically based. But somebody had a vision that, look, it is not only in Lagos, like you have free trade zones. There is free trade zones in Calabar. There's a free trade zones in Olokola. But the free trade zone in Lagos is up and running. That's where Dangote is. That's why the seaport is. That's where a lot of companies are there. And this is the most advanced port in the whole of Africa. And it is privately built. The government just gave leadership, vision, and the space. So it's a build and transfer project.
No, that build, operate, and transfer.
Yes, build, operate, and transfer. So it's owned by individuals who raised the 1.5 billion to do that project. All Nigerians should be proud of what they've achieved there because that's the best seaport when it comes to technology in the whole of Africa.
You know, this is a milestone.
Yes, it is. And I was reading about the ports. It makes me extremely happy because I know that this is just the beginning and the future is quite bright. Look at what the Minister of Aviation was saying about the airport that is coming to this same corridor. You know, how it will benefit people, even right up to Ijebu-Ode.
Ijebu-Ode, yes.
When you have that airport.
You don't need to come to
people, yes, they don't need to land
cross the third line again.
They will go and land there. If you are living in Lekki, you are living in Aja, you will escape all of the traffic gridlock on the mainland. You will land there. If you are in even in Ijebu-Ode, if you don't want to use the new road that Prince Dapo Abiodun has constructed to link Ekpe to the Ijebu area, you can still, I mean, you land in Lekki and then use that road. That was what the point I wanted to make. And your journey will be short. You don't need to land in Ikeja and then go through the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you know. So it will make life so more meaningful to people. The stress will be reduced. All I want to see is for new roads to be constructed in this area because we've been warning so that it doesn't become like another Apapa. Because by the time Dangote refinery officially opens, a lot of traffic will be heading in that side.
But they did the road already. Huh? They finished from that junction, Elekon junction to Ekpe is one of the roads that the president will commission. What is remaining is Ekpe to Lekki.
Alternative routes is what you are
yes, because I'm talking about those alternative routes. There are supposed to be 3.
Yeah.
The governor of Lagos State told us that they were planning 3 roads that time, and that the Dangote the company was going to build one of those roads. It means with this port, if you have no business coming into, you are coming from Ondo State.
No, there's a road to Ondo State from from Dangote.
Yeah.
That is ongoing now.
Yes, the governor said 3 roads. that they were planning 3 roads.
Yes.
You know that they were planning 3 roads. That one of them will be constructed by Dangote. Maybe that's the one that you're talking about, is constructing that one. So that if people want to come to do business in Dangote's refinery or his fertilizer company or this port, they don't need to come through Lagos. I mean, through Lagos mainland. They can pass through Ogun State and then get into that axis.
Yeah.
So that you decongest the main, because right now
the only single Lekki.
Yes, that's just that main road leading to that area.
To Lekki.
So all those tankers that are not from Lagos will not need to pass.
They don't need to get into
That's why they finish
Lagos.
that road now from Eleko to Ekpe. So you just coming from Ogun, enter that Ogun, enter Ekpe. Then from Ekpe is 8 lanes with 2 other lanes. That is like a 10-lane thing. Then you just pass from there to Eleko and you go to the refinery.
So they don't need to come into
You don't need to come
Lagos.
to Lekki Ekpe Expressway.
How would that help the situation in presently
You know, even on that,
Tinkana land and this are off?
It depends. If you are from the east, for example, and you want to do business, you don't have to use this port. Through Ogun State, you eat what's this J5 area?
Yes.
You know, you are going from that place. You are going. You are going to the east. Yes, you are going to the east. So you don't need to come to this area.
Okay.
You know, so they don't need to use this port. They can use this new port. It makes life.
But it won't even affect the port because the port in Apapa now cannot cope with the volume of
That's what I'm saying. In
Yes.
terms of congestion.
So it will decongest the place and makes life better for everybody.
And if they dredge the Onitsha port, for example, if they dredge it sufficiently, that's another port that people in the east can use.
Yeah.
But except that up to now it's not really.
But they did that in Calabar.
It's not really functioning. It's not
They
really
did it in
functioning.
One, it didn't work. I don't know why.
I think that of Calabar will probably have worked if Donald Duke had remained in office for some time because he had that vision. So this port is something that really gets me excited. I was reading that we can handle, one of the terminals can handle 2.5 million 20-foot standard containers per year.
My producer is just informing me that President Muhammadu Buhari just arrived at the Lagos State rice mill in Mota. President Muhammadu Buhari to commission the ultra-modern rice mill at Mota.
That's another good thing.
Big project. That's
One of the biggest.
And so Olu finished it, which is very good.
We're going to take a chopper from there.
Yeah.
And it's going to we'll commission the
Lekki
Yes.
deep sea port and then the J.K. Randu
that's the governor of Lagos State.
Cultural building.
Okay.
So talking about the Lekki deep sea port, we have opportunity to build at least 17 ports. A lot of our ports are there, but they are just not being used. Remember the demand that the southern governors made sometime last year?
Yeah.
That look, we need to build these new ports. The ones that were there that had been abandoned, we should upgrade them and make them useful. Even the governor of Ondo State wanted to build a port in Araromi because the deepest point, the Atlantic, the deepest point in the Atlantic in our country is in that Araromi. And Araromi to Lekki is less than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But the funding for that kind of project is big. Without federal government support, there's no way a state like Ogun State.
But they can look for federal government.
build
They have one couple in this, and they were able to put it together. 1.5 billion. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Southwest governors receiving President Muhammadu Buhari there. That cited the Governor Dakbo Abiodun, Governor Ibanji, former Governor John Kayode Fayemi, and the host governor at Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
So this port will really stimulate greater business in the Lagos area, and the Dangote refinery will benefit tremendously from this.
In terms of employment, you can imagine Dangote refinery and the port,
yes.
the quantum of employment.
But you have to add other companies, Kellogg's. There's so many companies there that are operating already. So we should look at, because that's why I said that it is important for us to have leaders with vision. What you need is vision.
Projects.
Then people can now execute that vision. Atlantic Ocean was giving us problems every time. We were spending money every year, and it was eating deep to the roads and was threatening the properties in Victoria Island.
Roads.
Today, that's the most expensive land space in the whole of Nigeria. It's the vision of somebody.
Nobody will remember that.
Yes.
We even had that problem.
Yes.
It's a vision of somebody that
yes, it was coming. It was
that we
coming.
can conquer this Atlantic Ocean. Everybody said it was impossible, but they did it because somebody just remembered that Holland is below sea level, and they're doing very well.
They're coping,
and they use the same concept there, and there is a city there already now. City.
Nice.
Look at the skyscrapers springing up.
Yes, no,
big city.
You know, somebody looked at the pictures that Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cameraman released on TVC Breakfast, and he said, it's important to keep some of these pictures. The way Oshodi used to look, the way even Mushin, you know, some parts of Mushin,
that road was dualized.
When you now compare what used to be, even when I first got to Lagos in 1999, the
That was the first time you got to Lagos?
No, to work here.
Okay.
You know, the refuse
in Lagos.
Some of the refuse were the height of a skyscraper.
True.
I remember one refuse dump around this market, not far from what is it called? This bridge, Kata Bridge. It was the height of the bridge.
Yeah.
It was the height of the bridge.
Everywhere.
Yes. In front of my office, then, PM News, where you now have Swiss Sensation in Ogba, there used to be a refuse that was really assailing our nostrils. We could barely breathe.
Same thing,
big one,
yeah.
big refuse. I'm not always the dump site. I'm talking about refuse dumps littering the landscape.
I remember that one president said Lagos was the dirtiest city or something.
High-rising refuse dumps. And I remember this lawyer, the famous lawyer, was Osekome.
Mike Osekome.
Describing Bola Ahmed Tinubu as an absentee governor. All because of the refuse dumps.
In Lagos.
Yes, I remember very well. I'm sure Mr. Bayo Nonoga, my boss, too, remember, because that thing pained Ashwaju's mind as when he called him an absentee governor. And he pointed to refuse all over the place. But the administration was new at that time. Suddenly, the idea of PSP came. PSP, and what we now have are litters, not those high-rising refuse all over Lagos anymore. So today, Loma, many people have copied Loma. They copied Lasma.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everybody copying, coming up with
if I look at the concept of what Lamata is doing.
Big guys coming from Abuja.